So I actually wasn't going to film today, but I thought I'd get ahead of schedule so that I'm not running behind again and so that you guys can get content. And today we're talking about one of my favorite like recent discoveries, and I've been just like listening about this whole situation, and it's called Fence Gate, or like Fence Lady drama. And so if you guys want to hear more, keep on listening, subscribe with the bell icon for engagement, and let's just get into it. So there was a few TikToks back and forth, and it will be kind of difficult. I'll just have to put some of the TikToks in so that you guys can like get the general vibe. I'm not going to summarize every single TikTok, but essentially the TikTok that started it all was showing this woman like breaking down someone's fence.
You even have a survey doing this stuff.
How do you know I don't have a
Get the
survey.
survey, get the points, and then you do it. Don't.
How do you know I don't have a survey?
Okay, bring the survey, make the marks. We have the survey.
Show me.
Well, show
Show
me.
me your survey.
Show me yours and I show you mine, and then you go on there.
She's shouting, she's unhinged, you know, the whole thing, right? And in some of the TikToks, the children of the family pop up and talk in the camera saying, you know, you can't do anything to me, I'm a minor, yada, which like objectively just isn't true, like factually just isn't true. But they're also being quite racist to this Asian lady who is the neighbor.
Who do you think you are?
Learn how to speak English and then come back to me. How about that?
What was that? Let's play that again.
Who do you think you are?
Learn how to speak English and then come back to me. How about that?
They mock the fact that she can't speak English, even though their dad also has an accent. There's just a lot of weirdness going on. And at first, people were kind of on their side because she just, you know, there was just this random out of context TikTok of this Asian lady who is their neighbor breaking down their fence, right? And that doesn't sound like something you'd want to happen to you. However, the tides turned when she came out with her own statement, her own TikTok, and discussed the fact that they like built the fence onto her land, and now she can't access, like she can't just walk all the way around her house and like fix the AC unit, which she's been trying to fix for a while, because she has no access to it because they've built the fence in the wrong area.
他打 fence 挡着了我的路，然后以前这里有个空调架子，我想把它取下来，没有办法取下来，因为这个 fence 挡着了。还有那个下水管道，以前是半截，现在我把它装上去了。 就漏水漏了很多年，我也想把它装上去，也没办法装。现在他把fence移走了，我终于装上了。你看，这就是以前这件事情，真是让我非常痛苦。我因为这个事情跟他们交涉了很多次。你知道，根据市政府的survey，他的fence是建在我家的地盘上，我有权利。 把它任何时候把它移开，但是即使是这样，我一直这么多年来，我一直想和平解决这个事情。订好了的那个通知交给他妈，希望他能采取行动，把这个fence移一下，这样我就可以维修我的房子了。但是他妈妈什么也没干。 不但没干，而且5月15号，我收到了2封他们家的律师信，一封是要把我起诉到最高法院。
Now they're bouncing back and saying that she has space, she's always had space, she could just walk around the other way, yada yada.
To talk about the neighbor situation, I've been taking this video so many times about the fence lady, and I'm going to finally address it. She's bought that house, I believe, 4 years now. And she bought the house with inspection, knowing that there's a flood in her basement, knowing that there's raccoons that go in her house, knowing all the circumstances above. And she wanted to have more space on our property line to get access to her AC, knowing that she has access through her backyard, which she didn't show with you.
But that's not the point. So Distractify wrote an article about it saying Fence Lady TikTok drama explained, Team Fence Lady for life. It's really hard to love thy neighbor when one is trying to remove your fence while the other spreads half-truths via social media. Details ahead. So some of these TikToks were re-uploaded by someone else, so I'll just have to kind of like put those in. So there's two characters mainly. There's the TikTok page of Tiffany, who is the young girl that was like, I'm a minor, you can't do anything to me. And then Fence Lady. In a series of now deleted TikToks, a young woman from Toronto by the name of Tiffany Mirage documented her neighbor cutting down a fence that separated her home from Tiffany's parents. Some of these TikToks were captured by Sugya1 on TikTok, who had much to say on the matter. Our neighbor has taken our fence down without any papers, claims a caption over video of said fence being removed. Tiffany goes on to say she has threatened our contractors and has caused chaos in the neighborhood. This needs to stop. Admittedly, the video is damning, as Sugya points out. According to Sugya, the video is meant to make people believe that Tiffany's neighbor is out of her mind. In another video, Tiffany's sister and the neighbor get into a bit of a scuffle. The sister is yelling, "Stop cutting the fence, what the F are you doing?" as a foot comes through the fence, pushing it down. I mean, this looks insane. The neighbor is yelling at Tiffany's sister about her property, so the sister goes over to the other side while filming. It looks as if the neighbor tries to grab the phone while the sister is screaming about being a minor, as if that matters. Young people can be awful too. This is the narrative Tiffany was peddling. Her neighbor is irrational. Their family is the victim. This is so dramatic. I love this. I actually don't love this for the people involved because it's obviously, you know. Welcome to the other side of the story by way of the Fence Lady. It's important to note that the neighbor who begins calling herself Fence Lady is an older Chinese woman who speaks English as a second language. I am the Fence Lady, she says in her first TikTok. I want to use this opportunity to tell my side, and boy, does she ever.
Hi, thanks everyone for your support. I'm touched by your kindness. Last time I could not finish my story because I was interrupted. I'd like to clear up some confusions here today. The fence was initially built against my wall like this. I gave this notice to Tiffany's mother on April 29th. They still refused to remove the fence from my property and threatened to take me to court. Then, as you saw, we tried to cut the fence ourselves. After their videos, they finally removed the fence from my property to our property line. However, you can see from the survey, it says there is no fence on the property line. The fence still prevents me from repairing my house. What can I do? Thanks for your time.
So her TikTok page is actually called Fence Lady 6. I'm assuming 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all taken. Fence Lady cuts to the video she recorded earlier that morning showing that Tiffany's parents' fence is blocking the pathway on Fence Lady's property. It's so close to her house that she isn't able to squeeze by and can't get to the AC unit in her window, which she needs to remove. She couldn't fully install the drain for the AC because the fence is mere inches away, which there are some legal rules about how close your fence is allowed to be to someone else's like house. There needs to be like a gap, at least in the States. In the UK, not so much. Our houses are just all cramped together. This has caused me a lot of pain, she shares. I've tried to communicate with them many times. According to a survey from the government, this fence is on my property. Fence Lady delivered a letter to their home on April 29th, kindly asking Tiffany's parents to move the fence. On May 15th, she got a letter from their lawyer stating that their plan was to take her to court. The letter claimed she was harassing them. At this point in the video, Tiffany's sister begins spraying Fence Lady with their hose. And there's one TikTok, I can't believe they were like actually posting this. She literally sprays the Fence Lady with water through her hose.
他说我骚扰他，谁？你看他又在浇水冲我 ，OK？ 你看他又用水来射我，这就是他的妹妹 ，OK？ 你看，这就是 Tiffany 的妹妹 ，OK？ 你看，他们家就是这样，大家都看到的。每次我的经历都是这么痛苦，你就知道这些年我遭受了什么。你看我现在衣服全湿了，头发也湿了，他每次都是这样，他们家。
Like, I can't even, that's actually considered assault in some places. What Tiffany didn't bank on was the fact that despite being older and not speaking English very well, Fence Lady was fully capable of sharing some TikToks of her own. Yeah, I feel like there's this like weird idea that they were going to be able to get one up on her because like they are tech savvy young people and they can be like, look, we're being bullied on the internet, and have people like rile up behind them. When in reality, Fence Lady probably has some younger nieces, nephews, grandchildren, whoever, who can also post TikToks on her behalf. Like, this isn't really an issue. The thing is, she did send a letter saying like, hey, you guys are on my property, this fence needs to be moved. The thing is, a lot of people do this where they like put a fence in place, think they can get a few extra inches into their land, or they just do it by accident, they didn't calculate properly, which is their fault. And then it's expensive to move said fence, mainly if you've put things against the fence or you needed like that extra room. So they're probably just like, oh, let's just get it done for harassment, let's just put her on TikTok and let's just ruin her day and her life, and then she'll just leave us alone. But in reality, she was also documenting everything that was happening. So Tiffany clearly thought that telling only her part of the story was going to get her some clout. It didn't work. In another deleted TikTok, she pleaded with the public to leave her alone. Sugya caught that TikTok as well.
Tiffany, I think it's time for you to stop. You're not making this better for you, and you're definitely not making it better for your family. I think it's time for you to stop. In this, I don't know what this is. You're still trying to kind of make excuses, and now you're victimizing yourself, saying that, you know, your family has received like harassment and threats and all this stuff, which of course, harassment and threats are terrible. But the only reason anybody knows about this, Tiffany, is because of you. I would have never known that you were having a dispute over a fence with your neighbor in Toronto had you not posted about it. And I think it's time you really just cop to what this is. You, Tiffany, you are the one who posted this video. You posted a video showing your neighbor cutting down a fence. Like, again, this isn't even about the fucking fence, Tiffany. I think you need to cop to what you've done. You made this all public. You showed a video of a person doing something with no context, let them get vilified for it, acquired millions of views from it, and thought that that was just going to be that. But what you weren't banking on, Tiffany, was that this little old Chinese lady was going to have a, oh, fuck me, no fuck you kind of moment and post about it herself. And what she did, Tiffany, was provide a lot of context that you yourself didn't provide.
The cognitive dissonance displayed by Tiffany is shocking. Her family has been targeted, writes Tiffany in a TikTok. What was hoping to accomplish when she shared her original TikTok video? Tiffany is making a string of excuses and is victimizing herself, says Sugi. The only reason anybody knows about this, Tiffany, is because of you. Sugi reminds herself, like, yeah, it's like you start the fight, but you somehow can't finish it. Sugi also addressed several things that Tiffany conveniently left out beyond the fence being on Fence Lady's property line and the hose incident. Her sister made a racist comment to Fence Lady. Learn English, then come back to me. How about that? Says the sister. These omissions have made Tiffany an unreliable narrator, which means her pleas for help are garbage. Yeah, that's one thing. It's like, you either tell the whole story or you tell none of the story, because right now you're just telling whatever suits your narrative, but like you don't say, oh, I sprayed this lady with water and told her to learn English, because that wouldn't be a good look on social media. In one last video, Fence Lady asked Tiffany to delete all of her personal information from social media, and to Tiffany's low bar credit, she did. What Sugi points out is one of the reasons Tiffany and her family thought they could get away with this is because Fence Lady is an older immigrant whose English isn't great. What Tiffany did was underestimate the sense of self-worth and intelligence that immigrants have. I'm happy to see it blow up in Tiffany's face. Honestly, same. And that's essentially kind of it. I mean, there are a few other articles about this. It was very difficult to find anything because obviously there's not a lot of names involved. Your Tango, Entertainment and News. Woman gains massive support after her neighbor cuts down her fence with a power saw until the neighbor exposes her. And people are firmly on Tiffany's side, and then the truth came out and now everyone is saying Team Fence Lady. I'm officially Team Fence Lady. I didn't see it at the beginning. Like, I didn't just see this drama when the Tiffany side was out. Like, I only saw it after Fence Lady already responded. So I've been Team Fence Lady all along, but you know. And there is a TikTok lawyer, an attorney. The thing is, this is happening in Canada and he's an attorney in the US, so there are some like legal discrepancies, but he posts a TikTok saying that squatting laws in many places mean that Fence Lady could be in danger of losing her claim to her own property if she didn't fight back immediately. So if you leave it X amount of time, that bit of the land that they took away from her by putting the fence there would actually become theirs because they've got like squatting rights to it, essentially.
If you squat on somebody's property, the state will actually give you that property if you do it long enough and the person does not remove you. That's called adverse possession. It's totally a bizarre and wild legal principle, but it's also all over the United States.
But that's not all. Fence Lady's video clearly shows a shocking incident in which Tiffany's sister retaliates while Fence Lady is filming her video by spraying her with the garden hose from the other side of the fence. And the same lawyer says that this is a possible assault claim.
The technical difference between assault and battery is assault is where you place somebody in fear of harm. Battery involves physical touching. I use the term assault for two reasons. One, it's the more colloquial term. People use assault to mean battery, and I want my videos to be accessible. But second, as an attorney, I've seen lots of states that define assault to include physical touching.
So Fence Lady could actually file an assault claim and has proof for it as well. And she wouldn't have if Tiffany hadn't posted that first TikTok. I feel like none of this would have entered the realm of TikTok if Tiffany didn't post the first thing, hoping that cancel culture will do what cancel culture does and rip this woman to shreds. But instead, found out more. Fence Lady got her TikTok account, Fence Lady 6, and now we're on her side. Now, both Tiffany and her sister have wisely made their entire accounts private since the tides turned against them, but screenshots are forever, as they say. And the clear manipulations they've made with clever editing of their videos has blown her story to smithereens. One of the ways Tiffany was able to garner so much support was with a since-deleted video showing Fence Lady angrily scolding her with profanity. Never mind that Tiffany and her sister both used the same profanities against Fence Lady and other TikToks. But this is where it gets really juicy. As seen in a TikTok below, a woman named Annabelle, who turns out is a friend of Tiffany, Tiffany and her sister posted the full unedited versions of the incident, totally throwing her friends under the bus. Why? Because surprise, the full video shows Tiffany's sister making a racist comment. This was actually posted by their friend, but I'm assuming it's not really their friend anymore. Now I hope everyone here in the comment section is team fence lady, and let me know if you see anything else about this that you want me to cover, but let me know what you guys think. And by let me know what you guys think, I hope we're all team fence lady here. Subscribe to the bell icon for engagement, and I will see you in my next one.